Okay, this is the intro for the podcast.
Oh, holy fuck, boys. Look at us. Welcome back to the Silver Screen Fiends podcast.
I love it.
I'm your host,
New
Sam.
Jersey. Hi, I'm Joey.
And I don't have a camera.
No camera, idiot. And this is the first time we're recording since, my God, when was the last Olympics? I don't even fucking remember. Anyway.
I miss Ming Chen.
Yes, shout out to a shared universe. We'll have to hook them up with a session soon. But anyway, we've been in the middle of quite a fucking tragic pandemic here. So
it's actually pretty awesome.
it's not gonna lie, it's your kink.
It's honestly kind of epic.
I'm sure one person might disagree with you out there.
Gamers unite.
Yeah, no, it really fucking sucks, and I'm scared for everyone, and I want my mommy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Mommy.
I mean, it's nice to stay inside and not do anything, but also people are dying, so my bad.
But I've watched 140 movies.
Is that actually your counter?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. That's
It's actually sad.
So speaking of movies, why don't we just jump in? Why don't we go into recently watched? So what have you guys been recently watching? Joe lists every single 140 film
with review.
Oh God. I just watched Apocalypse Now. I just finished that.
Ooh, did you watch the 4K?
Bad. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, I like that packaging.
I really liked it. Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
Was that your first time?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
yep.
A winner.
I was like, damn, Shody. War's kind of like cute.
Did you like when Martin Sheen and Marlon Brando kissed?
I just want to spit out my water.
Like, honestly, they were kind of cute.
All right.
Like, damn, Marlon. You cray.
He knew what he was working with.
That fat ass.
Yes, a very large fat ass at one point.
Kink.
So,
that's
the only movie you watched, right?
That's it.
I watched that today, and then I watched Greasy Strangler yesterday.
Yeah, so that's also on my recently watched. Joe was kind enough to lend me his Voodoo account information, and wow, he's like, you got to watch this movie, and I turned it on, and in the first 5 minutes,
cinema.
It was like I was watching a Tim and Eric rejected webisode.
It's so good.
But it was
so good.
I really like it because there was a lot of that gross out humor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was obviously no real story. It was just made up nonsense. But the fact that it was baseless and had no rhythm was probably my favorite part because, I watch so many movies that I'm sick of people trying to wow me and be artistic. Sometimes I just need a guy running around in Greece strangling people. So no,
honestly, so hot.
All in all, my new favorite movie, 5 stars. Letterboxd.com/Joe.
/Joe.
Blake, what have you been watching?
I just recently watched Ghost World for the first time. That's my most recent watched movie. Because I've literally just been watching The Sopranos nonstop.
Oh, baby.
This is now a Sopranos cast.
Yeah.
Michael Imperioli,
I'm almost done.
You. Yeah. Oh, my God. So you're on season 6, right?
Almost. Oh, I'm on episode 10 of season 5.
So without spoiling anything,
how many seasons
quick,
are there?
There's 6.
6.
Okay.
Without spoiling anything, the show's been crazy up until that point, and then season 6 is just complete fucking dark debauchery. Tony Soprano as a character just dives into the deepest depression ever.
Yeah, you could kind of see it coming. I just watched the one that has a 20-minute dream sequence.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I really commend David Chase on everything, but also his use of dark lighting in that entire season, because there's like a drastic change of tone in the show at that point. But
I'm excited. I only watched like the first few episodes, so I'm gonna dive into it soon once I get through a few more movies.
oh, it is such a good series.
It's pretty NJ hardcore.
It is. It is very NJ hardcore.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm once I'm done editing this short, and then I'm gonna probably watch, like, I have a few more movies that I really wanted to get to, but I put off like a bunch of TV shows that I wanted to watch for a bit. That's definitely at the top of the list.
So speaking of short film, for anyone listening that doesn't know, Joey and his friend Brian recently put out a short film. Hey, that's my line. He recently put out a short film titled Wait. It is up on, you're hosting it on Vimeo, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were gonna put it on YouTube, but I don't want to get like spanked for copyrights. So
yeah, it's not even worth it. Vimeo's fine. The quality was good.
The quality came out pretty well, so we're just gonna leave it on there.
Not gonna lie, touched me in the feels. No, it was really good.
Where did it touch you?
Do you want me to show you on the doll? Hold on. Where's my camera? Anyway, it was really good, and also we'll post the link for that. But also, posters are for sale, designed by the no camera idiot below.
Yeah, baby.
Big Daddy Blake.
LMT, we out here. Another thing I wanted to plug very quickly, and I still can't believe this is a thing, but for those that don't know, our very own Blake is the curator of the Insane Letterbox Twitter account, and he just passed 100,000 followers. What was it, yesterday or 2 days ago? Bro, and I love that, like, was the regular Letterbox account is like, I think 80,000 followers.
I have more than them.
You have more of a following by posting a tweet. I think my favorite one has to be the fucking Joker one that just says, "This happened to my buddy Eric."
I think that might be my most popular one of all time.
It is. It has as of this recording, it has 174,000 likes.
Amazing.
It is. And did you see the fucking poster someone made that just says Eric? That was holy shit.
Letterboxd needs to pay me for marketing.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if somebody from their social media team reached out to you.
Nope, I'm blocking them.
And they were like,
I'm blocking the official account.
They were like, who the fuck is this idiot? And why do I love him so much? Anyway,
man.
Movies. Yeah, so that's a fun little achievement. What else? Recently, I also wrote down on my recently watched the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
What did you think of that? I watched that like last month or something. I don't know. Time has no meaning anymore.
No, time is a social construct.
I don't know what anything is.
So my brutally honest opinion of the movie is that if you are a Kevin Smith fan and a fan of the View Askew universe, you're gonna enjoy the movie. If you're somebody just at entry level trying to view that movie, you would probably think it's a piece of shit.
For sure.
And I don't really think it's a matter of Kevin Smith declining in quality. I think it's because that View Askew universe started in the early 90s or mid 90s, something like that. So we've been acquainted with it for 25 years now. And the fact of the matter is you can only milk something for so long, but at least the one thing I give Kevin Smith props for is at least he's self-aware about it. The whole plot of the movie is a joke against the creation of the movie.
Yeah.
So like they use the plot of them trying to stop a reboot as a jab at Kevin Smith and the fact that he's making another one of these movies. So I thought that was brilliant in its own. So I don't know.
It wasn't as cringe as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
There were definitely cringe moments, but overall, like, I'm a huge fan of all of his movies. So I was just like, it was all fan service, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was absolutely
fan service.
It was my Letterboxd review is just fan fucking service of the movie. Like it was, which is true. That's not a bad thing, but it worked in the context of that film. But I gave it 3 stars. I thought, as a fan of Kevin Smith, I was like, okay, it was fun. It was a fun time.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, Greasy Strangler 5 stars.
And I just got The Shining 4K.
Ooh, oh shit! I still need to get that. Fuck.
Yeah, it's spicy.
I bet that looks sexy.
Spicy poop heart.
Real quick as well, and then we'll get on to our main topic. I also watched the Argento cut of Dawn of the Dead Zombie.
Gang.
And I saw the original Dawn of the Dead so long ago that I was trying to draw comparisons, and I noticed like first of all, the fucking Goblin soundtrack is that's a staple.
It's so good.
That's just fantastic. And I think that the way because from what I understand, Zombie cuts a lot of the dialogue and it's more to the point with the action, and I actually kind of preferred that in a way. But again, I have to rewatch the Dawn of the Dead to kind of compare and contrast, but I thought it was fine. Like I don't know, like I hear a lot of people give that cut shit. Like there's always mixed reviews, but
I think it's good.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Argento, Italy in general has had such a crazy backstory with bootlegging films. Like my friend Colin and I were kind of diving into the history of the Zombie series, and it's like they start with Zombie, and then they go through like 5 or 6, and then there's like all these other movies that are like not even the same title. Like movies that have nothing to do with it that were marketed as a zombie film just in order to gain sales. I don't really understand, but I was laughing my ass off at some of the names, but I ain't gonna look it up now because I'm too fucking lazy.
God, you're so cute.
Thanks, boo.
Hey.
Blake looks better though. So yeah, unless we had anything else to discuss, I guess we could just dive into the main topic.
Yeah, I've watched literally 2 or 3 movies a day. So
yeah, if you want more detailed reviews, just go. We'll plug each other's letterbox.
Yeah, it's all in my letterbox.
Yeah, in the comments, we'll plug them. So yeah, trash cinema. Support local cinema, except you can't because we're all dying of a virus. Anyway, so speaking of dying cinema, so theaters and streaming. Let's talk about the future of this. This seemed like a very, very relevant topic. So I didn't really have anything written down for this. I figured we would just kind of go off on a tangent. So obviously, as everyone knows, with everything closed down with the virus, movies, anything that has to do with the arts and entertainment usually will get slashed first.
Yeah.
And when movies shut down, everyone flocked to streaming. Obviously, streaming has been a giant in this day and age, but now more than ever, people are flocking to it, and studios have started to slowly release their titles for rent. And the first biggest documented case of it was the fucking Trolls movie, which
so good.
What did it bring in? Like $100 million in? I forget the amount of time.
It made a lot.
Yeah, I think like in the first week or two, it grossed $100 million, which was an unprecedented amount of money for any regular studio coming out with a movie in its first week, let alone streaming. So,
AMC and I'm not sure what other theaters, but AMC said that they're not going to play any whatever the company is that put out Trolls. I guess Universal.
Yeah, they're like CEO or someone threw a fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty moronic move because I understand where his frustration might come from, but for so many reasons, that was the dumbest fucking move to make. Because number one,
so stupid.
Universal is responsible for a lot of the modern market. And when you're cutting someone that big in an industry that's already dwindling, you're basically setting yourself up for further failure.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, and this was going to be my main point of this entire topic, streaming has already been introduced to the mass market, and it's already been in the process of transitioning from in-theater experience to at-home experience. This isn't a new concept. whether or not we had a pandemic, we were going to be pushed to this streaming full time. And the fact that they have such scalability with it, yeah, I get it. It's a blessing and a curse, but this was just the natural progression of things. It just wasn't going to stop.
Yeah, I feel this just kind of like kickstarted it, I feel like, or like accelerated it.
For sure. I feel like that, I don't know, kind of like how, well, it's different because it wasn't because of a pandemic, but like basically how like once Netflix started, all blockbusters basically went out of business. I feel like it's like different because it's a pandemic, but I feel like because of this, like everyone's realizing, all these companies are realizing they could just put it on streaming and then they don't have to worry about losing out on the money.
Yeah, because what the dipshit at AMC also fails to understand is every business is being affected by this. So like it was going to happen. It's how they're going to supplement their revenue. Like it's either you do that or you let the movie sit in a vault and then all hype for it and marketing just fucking goes away in the snap of a Thanos daddy ass clap finger, and then we're left with nothing, and then both fucking industries fail instead of at least having your main source of entertainment thrive, and maybe the theaters just have to suffer for a little bit. So, which kind of brings me to my next question. And Joe, you work at a theater, so I wanted to direct this at you specifically. Yeah. When we see that businesses are going to start to slowly reopen, which they already are at this point, but when we see arts and entertainment and luxuries begin to open, like movie theaters, what do you think the rollout's going to be? Do you think that we're going to see mass closings? Do you think that we're going to have a surge in business? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. Like, obviously nothing like this has ever happened before, so it's like it's kind of hard to judge. But I feel like most likely, like, it's going to have a slow rollout, and they're probably going to use precautions for a while. So like the whole like assigned seating thing, they might like kind of go away with that and just have it so that it's only like they only allow a certain amount of tickets sold. Because I know a lot of theaters were doing that the last few weeks. They were just allowing like only a certain amount of tickets sold per showtime. But I feel like once theaters open, I feel like a lot of people are going to start going to the movies, like, because we haven't had them for so long. Like, fuck, I want to go to the movies. Like, it's like I work at one. Like, I just want to go see a movie. Like, it just, I don't know. But I'm hoping that it doesn't change the way films are released too much. Like, I know that streaming's going to take a big, like, I don't know, I'd probably take the reins for a while, even when theaters start opening up. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I know a lot of theater companies are aiming to open up so that their first movie is their first movie is Tenet, the Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah. So
because we don't really know. Like, I know that like that's kind of just up in the air, but Nolan hasn't pushed that movie, so that's really the only movie that companies are kind of looking at right now.
Yeah, it was interesting to read the other day that the Tenet is basically going to be the biggest deciding factor on the state of affairs, because they said that they want theaters open, I think, by July in at least New York and LA and you know the heavy hitters for cinema. And they want to basically base everything on the Tenet, and from what I understand, they like do not want to push that to a streaming service.
And Nolan doesn't want to push it at all. Like, there has been zero budge from him.
Yeah.
So all these people have been asking, and he's just like, nope. Like, we're gonna play it in theaters. Like,
it kind of makes sense. I mean, his movies are very much like big screen movies.
Oh yeah, I would not.
I feel like it's not the same experience to watch it at home.
I would not watch that for the first time. Even I have a huge ass TV, I still wouldn't do that.
It's just not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's some movies that I definitely, even though I would be like, okay, they're on my watch list, I'd want to watch at home, it kind of definitely takes away from that experience. Like, I'm upset that I missed out on 1917 in the theaters, and I've been hesitant on buying it Blu-ray because I know that even though I haven't seen the movie, just from what I gather, it was like kind of a big cinematic experience.
Yeah.
And it's kind of going to take away from that fantastical element of it. But
yeah, like, I don't know, like I saw that in I saw it in Dolby, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. It looked great, but if I don't know, that's like the thing is, like, if Tenet gets pushed, then there's going to be nothing, and they're not going to have anything. Like, they're just going to have to play old movies, like classic movies, for a little bit. That's what a lot of chains, I think, are going to do when they first open.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like the next year or so, there's not going to be like a lot coming out, because anything filming right now obviously is paused.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if the theaters were to reopen like tomorrow, I don't even know what they would show.
Yeah, from what I've read, a lot of companies are saying that they're just going to play classic movies for a little bit, which, hey, I would be all for that.
I was going to say, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think there's a lot of, from what I'm reading, there's a lot of chains that are saying, like, one of the ones for sure that they would play is Back to the Future. So I would be 100% down for that.
Yeah, I think that would be important for the culture in general, because
culture
we do it for the culture. I think because that we've spent so much time just imbibing everything modern and slowly slipping away from the past, that it's kind of nice that we can circle back to the movies that we actually consider classics. And I think that's that would be a big money grab.
For sure.
From theaters. But I think that even though they want to aim for like July, August, whatever, we can't deny the fact that even if theaters slowly reopen, it's going to be a much slower reopen than most other businesses, because in a theater you're tightly packed. Mm-hmm. Like there's obviously a very great safety concern there, and I just don't know how, like, no one knows what that timeline's going to look like, and I hope that theaters don't suffer nearly as much as to the extent I'm thinking in my mind.
Yeah, it just sucks. Like, I don't know. Like, even when I was working, I just thought that, like, because no one knew what this was, so I just thought that maybe we would, I don't know, just close for like a week or two. And
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I was like, nope, laid off. See ya.
No. Fuck you, Joe.
I was like, oh.
You mean me?
Oh, wait, me? Oh. Epic.
So, yeah, and I understand, the Tenet not wanting to be pushed to stream. It's a big blockbuster. It's a big theatrical experience. It's Christopher Nolan too, who's created a huge name for himself in the industry. So at
least we got Scoob.
At least we got Scoob, which I still need to rent. You guys saw it, right?
I liked it.
I didn't get to watch it yet, but I'm gonna rent it this week probably.
So I know that basically, did like everyone get replaced except Frank Welker? I think right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see it, because I think that I never, before they announced this, I never was really clamoring for an origin story, but I think that it's nice that they're introducing this to like a newer audience. It's like the cute CG look and the new cast, and so but I'm glad to hear from somebody who's in our generation that they thought it was decent.
If you like Scooby-Doo, you'll like it.
Okay, cool.
It's got a lot of references to the cartoon. Like, there's a ton of Hanna-Barbera characters in it.
That's awesome.
So it's like, just don't take it too seriously, and it's fun.
Yeah, I honestly felt the same way. Well, I didn't see Scoob yet, but I thought Sonic was actually pretty funny, and like actually it was a good time. Like, you just gotta, like, don't take it so seriously. It's not supposed to be like fucking, I don't know, like, it's not supposed to be amazing. It's just a cartoon for kids.
Yeah, and that brings me to, just to go off topic for a second, like we ever stay on topic on the show, but that actually brings something up in my mind, which is was a conversation I had with someone when Sonic first started circulating, and I saw so many people, that movie and movies in the past, like video game movies, for example, they would judge the title based on the same scale as like an art house film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, especially like if you go to those cult film groups or something,
Cringe.
and right, yeah, fucking poop fart, shit fart. And what just makes me laugh is that they always hold it to the same standard as like fucking Vertigo or something.
Like, shut the fuck up.
It's like, but it's like, for me, a film is put me in your world for however long you want to, and that's the only thing I'm judging it on. And if you were able to succeed in enticing whatever emotional value you want to provide me, then cool. I mean, they gave us a Sonic movie. It was pretty funny. Sure, some of it was cringe, but it's a fucking modern video game movie in 2020.
And it's like and it's gonna be cringe because we're 25 years old. Like, like obviously these jokes aren't meant for us. Like, they're meant for kids.
Yeah, I'm fucking pushing 30, and like when he Fortnite dances.
Yeah,
I'm
baby.
just like,
I stood up and clapped.
I was like, cinema.
I was like, hell yeah, I'm leaving.
Bravissimo.
I started crying.
Oh shit! Shout out to Zoom who just lifted the 40-minute mark.
Nice. Let's do a 6-hour podcast.
Oh my god! Sponsored by Zoom and the Lobster.
Dude, let's watch Aquaman. Let's watch Aquaman.
Let's fucking watch Aquaman, baby.
But also the thing with like Sonic and Scoob and stuff, I always feel like it's so much dumber to judge one of the not be self-aware enough to judge one of those movies on like a serious basis. That's so much dumber to me than just like enjoying the stupid movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like if you go onto Rotten Tomatoes, like it's some of my favorite movies, and like almost every other comedy on there is just like horrible reviews. It's like, what the fuck do you think Dumb and Dumber is gonna have? Like the amazing, like it's
right. I know.
Like, it's not supposed to be like some crazy art form. It's a fucking comedy.
It's like a lack of awareness of what you're watching. Like, and I think that's such an important part of like enjoying movies in general. Is like
for sure.
an understanding of what kind of movie you're watching.
And I think that also sort of puts a detrimental effect on how people perceive and critique these days, because everyone goes so according to the hive mind of like Rotten Tomatoes or Letterboxd that it's like people are trying to come up with mathematical formulas to not look like a fucking idiot. Like, oh wait, let me take my personal like of the movie plus the harsh critique and let me divide it, and then that's my actual rating. It's like, now we've entered a system where we're almost afraid to fucking speak our mind.
Yeah, like at this point, I don't know. It's just like, if I like a fucking movie, I'm gonna say I like it, even if people fucking hate it. It's like I'm gonna try to form my own opinion. Yeah. I'm not gonna look at reviews because it's like it's just gonna warp. It's just gonna warp my mind. Like,
you gotta be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with myself. It's like, okay, like a lot of people hate the newer Star Wars movies, but it's like I actually really enjoy them. So it's like I'm not gonna pretend like I fucking hated them because so many people fucking hated them. It's like I'm just gonna like what I like. It's like I don't give a shit.
Right.
I'm like kind of like quirky like that.
Kind of cute.
I'm like kind of like quirky.
Yeah, I'm the same way though. I mean, look at the type of movies that I like. It's all horror movies, and horror movies are like always blasted by critics, no matter what.
Horror movies suck.
All movies
don't get them, dude. I don't get like, why is there so much violence?
Not scary, bad.
Like, not scary.
Hereditary, not scary.
Action, I'm sick of this action horror genre. Why can't we just have good old horror?
Like, nothing even happened. Like, A24 horror movies?
Oh my god. I mean, well, A24 does suck,
Excuse?
So support us, A24.
Oh.
Considering we bought the entire flower arrangement from Danny in the final scene of Midsummer. Oh shit, bro. Let's all chant.
I'm not doing this.
Oh, you're doing it. You're doing it, or you're fucking fired.
My mom's gonna be like, "What are you doing in there?"
What are you doing, Joe?
I'm like, "Mom, get the fuck out."
Mom, get out.
Mom, get out. I'm fucking jerking off.
I'm hargaying.
Mom, I'm eating beans.
Mom, I'm watching Haxon on Criterion.
I'm eating beans with the boys.
Mom, I'm watching Antichrist.
I'm watching
Antichrist and Human Centipede double feature.
Oh man,
bro. I was so. For those who don't know, and I should have prefaced the whole show by saying this, the reason it took us so fucking long to record something is because I've actually been staying at my girlfriend's house for the past 2 months, and I finally returned home this Sunday. You are my girlfriend, so what the fuck are you?
Sick invite. All right.
So I finally came home Sunday, and I finally had my recording equipment. But when I was out, I get notifications for Amazon purchases on my phone, and my account here is tied to my TV, so my father sometimes will rent a movie, and I was just like, I was just in her basement. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And
were you?
I just bro. I see the Human Centipede 3 rented.
Yes.
And I was like, kind of my movie. Definitely, arguably the best of the 3. Don't you agree?
You're bugging.
Don't you agree? I've said it. No, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The first movie is unironically a beautifully shot film.
Yeah,
it is. The cinematography is actually good.
I agree.
The first one also just like had such an impact on the world. I feel like everybody was talking about that movie.
Yeah. I mean, it introduced a new wave of body horror. Because like I know Cronenberg was doing it for a while, but we haven't had many two people these days exploring like really fucked up body horror like that did. Except Joe's favorite film, Tusk, which was
I love that movie.
Which was a parody.
I saw that in theaters.
So did I. I went to the.
And I remember, like, I left and I was like, "What was that?"
Art.
That was my only like reaction. Was like, I don't know what I just watched.
Dude, I just love. I don't know the whole vibe of that movie. I love that movie so much.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I think I'm gonna rent the Human Centipede tonight.
Kind of my fetish. Also, speaking of which, since we haven't recorded in a while, let's get real fucking morbid and shout out F in the chat to Dieter Laser, who played the Doctor in that movie. He died.
F.
Sick invite.
We also saw the death of Jerry Stiller,
F.
which
F.
That is a big fucking F.
Yeah, I love him. He's so goddamn funny.
And it's funny because like he's been around for so long, and he's always managed to look 70, but but like when he was younger, and he his wife was still alive, and he had Stiller and Mira. I remember, like, I think they formed in like the 50s and 60s, and a lot of people, this is how you know this is such dated information, because they were considered controversial because they were in like a mixed marriage.
Oh my God, no.
I remember reading about that. I'm like, okay, like what the fuck? Like, who cares? And then he does.
What does that even mean?
It's like because I think like one was Jewish and one was Catholic or something. And
oh my God, no.
I'm like,
it's against the Lord.
I'm like, who fucking cares? Like, what? Well, anyway. So, but
honestly,
then
I do.
But he probably had. He probably.
It's actually a Christian podcast.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the Brotherly Silver Screen Fiends.
The Brotherly Silver Screen Fiends. I don't know if brotherly and fiends should be in the same sentence.
I love Satan.
So and then he probably has the greatest second career of anybody in show business. I mean, he was like in his fucking 60s when Seinfeld and King of Queens started.
Dude, I love him in King of Queens. He's so funny in that show.
Somebody, just real quick, and then we'll move on. I saw somebody on Facebook in a Seinfeld shit posting group. I'm just gonna condemn myself for that one. I saw a post that was like, Arthur Spooner was clearly the better character, and below it was number 1. It's obviously Frank Costanza, you fucking moron. And number 2, they're the same character essentially. And I was like, beans.
You were like
beans to that.
Yeah, but Fred Willard died too, which I didn't know he was 86 years old.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that old either.
Yeah, I was like, what? How? He's just been around forever, so I guess I assumed he would be immortal. But yeah, F's all around, gents.
Yep.
So anyway, should we give a shout out to our sponsor real quick, thelobster.com?
Oh,
you're
bringing it back, baby.
Your premier lobster messaging service. You can get any message for your family, friends, butchers, anyone, your dog walkers. $5 is all it takes.
Murder you.
And it gets delivered to your house. No contact delivery. The coronavirus, baby. Comfort and safe for your own home. We could throw the lobster for an additional $10.
I'm gonna cough in your face.
Thelobster.com, baby.
I'm pretty sure that is a crime nowadays.
Did we talk about someone bought that domain, right? Thelobster.com.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Probably like Red Lobster.
No, it's a fucking. Why does it say the Silver Screen Fiends podcast?
The Silver Screen Beans.
Yeah. It's some dumb fucking restaurant.
It's called the Poop Fart Shit Fart Show. Can that be our website? The Poop Fart Shit Fart.com.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Dude, no, I'm not serious. Please.
Poop Fart Shit Fart.
Real quick.
.com.
I'm on Voodoo. And Master of Disguise has a 1%.
I'm surprised it's that high.
Excuse?
No, it was such a.
It's gold.
I remember when that was like the big movie, and people would run around the halls of middle school going, "I'm going to be the Master of Disguise." I was just like, okay.
Wow, I just came.
All right, so Joe, just so you know,
I'm gonna squirt.
Poopfartshitfart.com is available for $1 a month on GoDaddy.
Honestly, we should get it. $1, $12 a year. That's worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
$1, I'll pay for it,
dude. Please, God, please.
Just imagine. Imagine if we're ever in a position where our podcast does anything decent in life, and the bio in the bio is just poopfartshitfart.com, and then
I'll put it in the bio for the Letterboxd Twitter.
Holy shit.
So with all that being said, I think okay, this has been the Silver Screen.
Just shut up. Just shut your goddamn
Bro, you're droning.
You're droning on.
I think that another cool thing is that with all of this going on, we might see the comeback of drive-in theaters. What do you guys think about that?
I love drive-in movie theaters.
I think it's awesome. I really want it to happen. I honestly, I've been actually talking to people about starting my own.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been I didn't really talk about it with really that many people, but yeah, I don't know. I really want to do something like that, even if it was just a short thing for a little bit.
Like temporary?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it would be fucking awesome, and I feel like people would love that.
It would be sick.
Okay, so let's shit on Joe's parade real quick. According to the United Drive-In Theater Owners Association, you should look for a closed drive-in theater to remodel. Otherwise, setting up a single-screen drive-in may cost between $300,000 and $500,000. I
have it. It's all right.
I have it. It's in the bank.
Dude, I got that stimulus check.
We got that lobster.com money. That sponsorship money.
Is this how you win? Dude, are you going to bribe Kevin Garnett?
Dude, I'm on unemployment. I could do whatever the fuck I want.
Hell yeah.
Jersey hardcore.
It'd be nice if I
drive-in movie theaters are awesome. I used to go to one in college like every weekend in the summer, and it was sick.
Sick invite.
I didn't know you then.
Sick invite.
Have there even So according to Google, I mean, we've had some here, but I haven't ever been to one.
Yeah, there's one in I think it's called the Delsa Drive-In or something like that.
Yeah, in Vineland.
They're trying to open up again.
Yeah.
The one that I've been going to was in Warwick, New York. It's like up in the middle of absolute nowhere.
Oh yeah.
And
I see
they have
that
like
here.
3 screens, and it's $10 for a double feature.
There's that's actually pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's new movies too, like new releases.
And
that's awesome.
I think that's great because it promotes safety and distancing, because when you're outside, you could just fucking park your car anywhere.
Apparently, there's this guy. I don't know if he's a part of a certain company, but it was like I saw an article about it a few weeks ago that this guy's going around and doing like he's gonna do drive-ins like all over the place, like pop-up drive-ins basically. And I think the first one was supposed to be in Jackson, but I think they're trying to wait to see because I think the governor still doesn't want stuff like that happening.
Yeah,
which I think is kind of lame. And the person, it's like this person who's doing these pop-up ones is like getting approval, but then like an actual drive-in, the one that's in Vineland, like they are getting nothing. They're not allowed to open, which is complete bullshit, because they're actually like an up and running like drive-in, like they have the equipment and all that stuff. It's like, I think that's just really fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think as long as you have proper regulation and protocol set in place, there shouldn't be a reason why you're restricting that.
The only thing that I'm not sure about is how they're gonna do like have a bathroom.
Yeah, well, apparently, like they're saying with like the pop-up one, they're trying to do porta potties, but still, then people don't really want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure about. But
just tell them to piss in their fucking pants. Wear a diaper.
Diaper.
That's what I do.
This is me now.
Oh shit, it's me.
Dude, wait, what is that?
We out here.
I can't see you. Oh my god, comedy.
Yeah, but drive-in theaters are awesome. They're a lot of fun.
There's
I hope that they become like a normal thing again. I don't know why they aren't.
Beans. I know. And I feel like with this situation, they're going to actually come back.
I hope so.
Maybe more.
We need something positive out of this.
Yeah, I know.
There's I'm sorry. There's a cool documentary I watched a few weeks ago called At the Drive-In, and it's this drive-in. It's in Pennsylvania, and it's really interesting documentary, honestly. And I think it's on Vudu for free, but you guys should check it out. Everyone should check it out. It's really interesting just seeing I don't know, like the whole thing, and it's just like you see there's like a cult community around it. It's really interesting.
A documentary exploring the importance of revival cinema in 35 millimeter.
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Bad movies.
I think that we should all just surgically implant film into our eyeballs. And that'll be the new streaming service. ITV. You know,
the only movie that will play is Trolls World Tour.
It's funny that's going to be the movie that triggers the death of cinema is Trolls World Tour.
Dude, I'm going to rent it.
It's also funny to think that it broke a fucking box office record. Like, what the?
Insane.
It makes sense, though.
Let's look at the cast of that, because I don't even.
I have it up right here.
Dwayne Johnson, Rachel
James
Bloom,
Corden,
Kelly Clarkson. What has she been in since anything?
Let's check. She was in Ugly Dolls.
She has a show. The Kelly.
She was
Clarkson
in Justin
show?
and Kelly.
What the fuck is the Kelly Clarkson show?
Oh, it's actually pretty funny. It's she has like her own talk show.
Is it like the Eric Andre show?
It's honestly kind of relatable.
Exactly like the Eric Andre show, but Kelly Clarkson.
I would actually love if someone like Kelly Clarkson just did Eric Andre humor. That'd be fucking bananas.
And then they like get naked on camera.
She's just like, "Whoo, guys, I'm Kelly." It'd be fucking cinema, bro. All right, let's go to Letterboxd.
Oh my god, I'm gonna come.
It reminded me because we were talking about drive-ins, but have either of you guys been watching the like Joe Bob last drive-in on Fridays? They've been doing
no, what's that?
So no, I haven't. But
it's been great.
what recently have you been seeing?
I didn't watch last week because I just missed it. But before that, they did Maniac, and I can't remember what the second movie was. Maniac is so good, and it's especially fun, like watching it on like the Joe Bob stream or whatever, because it's sort of like a different experience than just sitting down and putting a movie on.
Yummy.
So kind of like it's been a good like substitute for being able to go to the movies right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
what do they do? Do they do something like different when the movie plays or something?
Yeah, it's it's basically a hosted like movie marathon, and like Joe Bob hosts it, and in the beginning he does like a whole long thing like all about the movie, and like throughout it, like where there would be like commercial breaks, it'll be him, and he'll talk about like facts about the movie or like
that's awesome.
Interview people from it. It's really good, and Joe Bob's really funny. So
he's like the Ben Mankiewicz of cult horror.
That's cool. I started watching what the hell on Shudder, that Eli Roth show about horror.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh yeah,
I liked it.
Whatever.
Yeah, I want to look into that.
I checked it on the Criterion channel. I checked out a series called Split Screen, and it's just like it. I think they had like 10 seasons of it, and it was like around the late, like in the mid 90s to like early 2000s. And they just like each episode where they would talk to like indie filmmakers and stuff, and it was pretty interesting. They have one with Kevin Smith, Spike Lee, the people who did Blair Witch Project. It's really cool.
All right, I'm gonna put you guys on pause and just watch the whole season now.
Oh yeah. No, you would love it, Sam. Especially there's so much good shit on there, but like the one episode on the Blair Witch Project is fucking terrifying.
All right, I just put it on my watch list.
They show there's like one episode, and they show they show like the footage, the actual footage that was found there.
Ooh, poopy.
It's just, well, I'm like obsessed with the Blair Witch Project. I think that shit is so interesting, and like not like the movie's like good, but like I think the whole story behind it is so crazy.
Well, did you see the newer one?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't.
Did you like it?
I thought it was okay.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I love the way it was shot, and it didn't feel like it was a cash grab, even though like technically.
No, it was like the story. It was scary, and it was like good way to build on like the lore of the first movie without like going kind of ridiculous. I think that is like a pretty underrated, under the radar even, like nobody really talks about it
for sure. Which was crazy. Like what's it called? I didn't know much about the Blair Witch for a while, and I honestly thought that like that story was completely made up, but I didn't know that it was actually based on like real kids. Well, not kids. They were like young, but like real people, and that actually like happened to them, and they like disappeared.
It's just crazy that it managed, this little indie production on like a $60,000 budget managed to rake in millions of dollars, and also
millions
and managed to pioneer an entire genre of film.
It was like the most profitable movie for a long time. I don't know if that record was broken.
I think it's still like on that list of like one of the most profitable films of like in the history of cinema. Like just because like that was a definition of independent film, and for them to like they fucking like tripled what they made back. Like it's insane.
No, way more than that. They got like 248 million at the box office for that movie.
Insane, actually insane.
On a
crazy too,
$60,000 budget.
That movie also, just the whole like making of it, like a ton of that movie is totally improvised. Like there's not really like an actual like script. I think it's like they did like a 30-page like outline, and that just like became the movie. Like a lot of it is like quote.
I honestly love
I
love shit like that. Like that was like what still is one of like my biggest influences. That movie, just how like off the cuff it is, and like real it looks. Like for even with these shorts I'm doing now, like we have like a base idea that I've wrote out for all three of them, but we're just kind of coming up with it like on the fly. Like, and I don't know, and like they were like a pioneer. Like no one was really doing shit like that before them.
Yeah, I think it looks Joe, it looks like you're giving a reverse BJ to Adam Sandler right
now. Daddy.
So yeah,
I want to watch Blair Witch.
I'm renting it right now.
Are you
buy that? I need to own it.
Ooh, 10.
And also now you're making me want to get Criterion Channel, which I don't have.
Dude, please get it.
It's so worth it.
Yes, it really is. Like
I feel like now more than ever, I'll use it. So
can I plug the most useless bougie thing I own? Hold on.
Yes.
For being a member since the start of the channel a year ago, I got a personalized Criterion metallic card.
Wait, are you serious?
It's a membership card. Yeah.
Wow, fuck you.
And it's the most useless thing, but now I could just be like, hey, art house hoes, hit me up. Just kidding. Women hate movies.
Art house hoes.
I need a big booty art house hoe.
No, but like in all seriousness, like I don't know, like when this whole like pandemic started, I wasn't really sure like if I was gonna start like really like diving into like watching a lot of movies. And when I decided to do that, like I went straight to the Criterion Channel, and I've watched like so much stuff that I've wanted to see for so long, and so many foreign films that I've heard of or wanted to check out. It's just like it's crazy the amount of shit on there. Like and almost everything on there is good. It's like even if like it's like something you've maybe heard something vaguely about, you're probably gonna like it because they don't put bad shit on there. They really don't.
No. Except anything by the Safdie brothers.
Agreed, dude. All right.
Yeah, honestly, $100 for the year, I think I might do it.
It's a very big investment.
I have to tell you something. This is random as hell, but I had a dream. Like this is how sad my life is. I had a dream. I had a dream last night that the Safdie brothers released all their shorts on Criterion.
That would be pretty sick, honestly.
And it was a wet dream.
I mean, they're probably going to do that.
And it was a wet dream.
I did hear them have a sit down conversation about like the movies that inspired them.
Yeah, that was really good.
And I
like that a lot.
I loved how playful they were, and they were just like, no, let him finish. Like, why are you talking over it? And
that's all they do is.
I know, and they had like 3,000 movies on their best of New York list.
Yeah, I was dying. He had like an entire thing.
It just kept going on and on.
Comedy.
Yeah,
Comedy Cowboy.
Criterion wait, Channel, baby.
Another thing I watched recently was that movie Widows that came out in 2018.
Okay,
dude, that movie slaps my ass. Like, dude, I was so pissed I didn't see that in theaters. Like, it has such a great cast, and like Colin Farrell, dude, it's so good. And Daniel Kaluuya is in it. Michelle Rodriguez, dude. I don't know how to say her name. Viola Davis. Yeah.
Viola
she
Davis.
Is so good, dude. Super underrated. I hate movies.
Liam Neeson from Schindler's List.
I've actually never seen Schindler's List.
Me neither.
I I'll probably end up watching it during quarantine just because it's something to do, but I don't know. I just put it off for so long.
Yeah, I saw it so many years ago. I barely remember it. And they have a 4K out, which I want.
Fiends.
For me, it's one of those movies like I know I'm going to be depressed after I watch it. And I'm like, do I feel like being depressed right now?
Yeah.
How long is it? It's like 3 hours.
Damn it. No sequel to Schindler's List?
Fuck. Schindler's List 2. Let's get this party started.
Oh, no.
No.
Fuck. Oh, my God.
Oh, and also another thing. I didn't realize this, but I guess I was going through all of Richard Linklater's films because I just kept watching random movies and then realizing that they were his movies. And during quarantine, I've literally watched every single movie that he's made. And I was just like, not even intentional. And at a certain point, I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to watch it. And I think I finished with the first movie he's ever made, Slacker. Which was,
I want to watch that.
It's
I
just
haven't
wild
seen a lot of movies.
I think the only 2 movies I've seen of his are School of Rock and Dazed and Confused.
Dude, School of Rock slaps. If you don't like that movie,
great. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Like literally, if you don't like that movie, I cannot be friends with you.
I love that movie.
Like, I do this girl I work with. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have said this, but someone I know doesn't thinks Jack Black is like not funny at all, and I'm like, you're actually insane.
Yeah, that hurts me.
Like dude, his YouTube channel is so funny.
And a burrito supreme. Welcome back to Jablinski Games.
A burrito supreme.
And a chicken
supreme.
Supreme.
Dude,
right,
let's just do it. Let's just sing Tenacious D songs on the podcast.
This is just a podcast.
Honestly, that movie, like, I was obsessed with that movie when it came out.
It's so good.
I watched it like, when I was younger, I used to just, like, I would buy a DVD and watch it, like, 6 times. And that was one of those movies I watched, like, 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
He is going to kick your fucking ass. And you know, his name is Kyle Gas.
And I had the CD.
Dude, I'm a big fan of all their music, honestly. I think they're so good.
They're great.
They are fantastic. I heard they were supposed to do a sequel.
Yeah, they were trying to for a while. I think that they'll probably they'll do it on streaming or something, but I know they did an animated film, which like no one gave a shit about. But
yeah, I heard about that.
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah. They should just make it Nacho Libre too.
You don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do.
All right, I signed up for a free trial of Criterion Channel.
New Jersey Hardcore.
I'm on it now.
Dude.
I'm ready. Ooh, Repulsion's on here. I've always wanted to watch that movie.
You should watch all
that on my list.
Start with all of Kurosawa.
Oh yeah, I just started movies.
There's a lot of Godzilla movies on here too, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, well they own the rights to most of the Showa movies. They actually released,
Ooh, Dark Star, John Carpenter's first movie's on here.
They released a dope fucking collection.
Fantastic.
I just watched
Planet.
the Talking Heads documentary on here.
Oh, what's it called again?
Stop Making Sense.
Yeah. Dude,
it was so good. It's so good.
Blake, you know you should watch on there. They have a movie I don't know if you ever heard of called Equinox. I don't
think I've heard of that.
It's a very schlocky 1970s practical effects movie.
Ooh, sounds like something I'd like.
And it's really silly, but I think you would like it. It's just look it up.
Bad.
Oh wait, I have a question. Should I like go through? Should I go through all of Twin Peaks and then watch the movie?
They do say that the order is the series and the movie, but I haven't watched it though.
I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
I know there's like so badly
point you're supposed to watch it at.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've been like diving really into Lynch's stuff lately, and I just really want to watch it.
Yeah, he's kind of a hack.
I'm gonna fuck you. Dude,
how do you
pronounce it? Mulholland Drive or I don't know.
I say Mulholland Drive, but I
Mulholland
have kind of an accent.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I fucking loved that movie, and like I was like so confused, and I watched like a bunch of video essays on it, and I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
I think my favorite of his is Blue Velvet. I love that movie.
I think so far from what I've watched, Blue Velvet it's like the most straightforward movie of his, where it's not
definitely.
Like it's not trying like at least he's just not trying to confuse people. Like
yeah.
But yeah,
I love movies that are like set in the suburbs, and that is such a good one. So I'm really into that. That's what I loved about Ghost World. Also, it was very much.
I'm also really into voyeurism.
Yeah, I was really into What Did Jack Do? Fantastic short film.
I'm into voyeurism.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
Rear Window, baby.
Oh, no, yeah. Yep. Basically.
Is there any Hitchcock on Criterion? Is that on here?
I don't. There used to be.
I've never seen Rear Window.
I literally this entire quarantine, I have just wanted to watch Rear Window, and it's not on anything.
I
don't know why I've been in the mood to watch it.
I know that they have like his British films, and they might have a couple American ones, but no, there's actually there's a collection that I can recommend that I own. I got it for $40 at the time. It might be more now, but it's called the Masterpiece Collection. And if you import it from the UK, it's region free, so it doesn't matter. And it has Vertigo, Rope, Rear Window, The Birds, Psycho. I fucking love Hitchcock. You should watch Rear Window 100%.
I just got the John Cassavetes box set a few days ago.
A staple in any Criterion Junkies.
Ooh, they got following on here. I'm just browsing through Criterion Channel while we're talking.
Also, this is the Criterion Channel podcast.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Support us.
They got good stuff on here.
They do. It's worth the money.
Bad movies.
I figure like right now I'm down to pay for movies because it's just like I just will watch anything. I just want to watch stuff.
I've been renting a lot of stuff, and
that's why I figure it might be less expensive to just like get this and watch all of these.
Oh yeah, Ghost World is on here.
Ooh, Rear Window is on sale on Vudu for $6.
Ooh.
No, I'll throw my box set at you. Don't pay for it. No, I'm kidding. Pay for it.
Yes.
Fuck you. Stop trying to steal from me.
Yes. Oh, and also Blake, I will send you that Ghost World Criterion.
Please do. I would love that.
Yeah, I don't. I enjoyed that movie, but I just need to get rid of shit anyway. So I'll just.
I'm happy to take it.
Movies suck.
Yeah, movies are pretty terrible. Send it to me so I can throw it out.
Kink. Honestly, kind of hot.
Honestly.
Oh fuck.
We've lost it.
Oh what? Oh, I watched 12 Angry Men a few days ago for the first time. Dude,
Ooh,
that movie slaps.
I think Jack Warden was my favorite performance in that movie.
It's so good, dude. I think I'm gonna pick up that Criterion next.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
Oh yeah, is it, baby?
The air conditioning has been broken this entire time.
I like the one guy who's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're racist. No one agrees with you.
Yeah. Cinema was better back in the day.
Facts.
Except it also sucked then.
Yeah, it always sucks.
It like sucked, but it was like kind of good.
Oh my god, boycott FedEx, am I right?
Dude, honestly, right, this is so random, but I really want some Ben and Jerry's ice cream right now. I'm like kind of bad.
You are, Joe. Stop it.
Mary J. Blige in The Body Can.
Oh fuck. I think we've pretty much exhausted the topic. But if you subscribe to our OnlyFans, you'll get extended content.
Yes.
Bro, stop.
SoSkinnyFiends.com/OnlyFans.
Don't make fun of me.
Joe?
What?
Oh. Well, anyway, does anyone have any closing thoughts on the matter?
Yeah, movies are bad.
Everyone go watch UHF starring Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
watch
about
movies,
it. I don't know.
even though
Be
they're
safe. Go cough on someone's face or something. I don't know.
Cinewa. Fuck yeah, bro. Cinewa.
I love you. I love everyone.
Yeah, everyone be safe. We're all here with you. This really fucking sucks, but we'll get through it.
Go watch Master Disguise.
Facts. Yeah. And we'll try to do another episode during quarantine.
Yeah, probably like next year.
Yeah.
End the show. Delete
probably
every
just never.
single episode.
Honestly, we'll probably just delete all the shows from SoundCloud.
Yeah, we probably should just delete any trace of the podcast from an internet footprint. Yeah.
Please do.
Well, yeah, this has been the Silver Screen Fiends podcast. I've been your host, Sam. And fuck myself, I guess.
Got him.
I'm Joe.
And I'm
no camera idiot.
Come on.
Big fart.
And thank you for watching and listening, and we hate you all.
I love you.
Lobster.com.
Thank you, lobster.com. Can't forget that plug, lobster.com.
Poop fart, shit fart.
Support New Jersey Lobster Core, baby.
Wait, so like, how do we end this?
No, let's not. Let's just keep going. All right, welcome back to the Summer Screen Podcast.